This is Jeff McGovern, the Pest Coach, and I want to give you a guided tour of the Proline sprayers from Airofog USA. The parts and components of these devices are exclusive to Airofog and engineered only to fit their own equipment. So let's take a look. First of all, the tank itself. Stainless steel. On the base, we have a plastic base that's vented at the bottom to allow ventilation, so you never have to worry about corrosion issues, because even though this is stainless steel, it's not indestructible from corrosion over time. So by venting the base, that corrosion issue we used to have doesn't exist anymore. This base itself has an oversized pocket here so that when you put the wand in, you've got more room here to place it. It'll hold it more securely. And of course, you have the ring that holds the balance of it. On the outside of the tank, you'll find two sets of stirrups. The stirrups on this side are meant to put a couple of crack and crevice tips into, so they're handy and they're out of the way. These stirrups over here are for a strapping system if you care to use that. Now, over to the top of the tank, you'll find an oversized opening here. This way you can mix materials far more effectively with less splash problem when you're engaged in that process. The hose itself has swivel fittings on both ends, so you're not going to have any binding issues during the workday. We have a pressure relief valve here, so there's no more unscrewing. Maybe I did it a little too fast and I shoot chemical all over. No. Use the pressure relief valve first and you will not have that issue. Viton seals here. We have a pressure gauge so that we can gauge how much pressure we're pumping into that cylinder, because some materials require that we apply at certain pressures. So we're not going to have to worry about that because we can measure that now. Now, moving on to that pump cylinder, stainless steel body, the same brass arrangements at the top, but the stainless steel body screws into that head, and there's Viton seals there as well. On the inside of the pump cylinder, Viton seal here, so we're pumping. We have something that's not going to bind up. We have Viton at the bottom, and all the Viton is far more resistant to chemical materials that we use in the field. If we look at the top of the handle here, we find a wider opening so a gloved hand can fit in here, which is convenient during the workday. This is far more comfortable to carry around all day. Inside of that tank, you've got the siphon tube. Siphon tubes have been a breakage problem in the past because the top of the tube used to be flared where you screwed it down into the tank, and that was a breakage point. These tubes are thick-walled stainless steel. They're not flared. They lock into place without the breakage issue, so you're not going to have those problems. If you look at the gun itself, and this is also cut away so you can see some of the different features, up here at the tip where we have the shutoff, we've incorporated the Viton seal on that shutoff into the shutoff itself. And of course, it locks into the back of the tip just like this, no issues there. And then when you squeeze it, you're pulling it back and forth. With the Viton seal locked in, you take it apart, you're not going to lose that gasket again. And if you want to replace it, it's a piece of cake. You just pop it loose and replace it. The cable inside of this wand is thinner and far more durable than any cable we've ever used in the past, far more resistant to wear. This wand end is stainless steel, not plated. So it is stainless, it's far more resistant to wear, and it's very, very freeze resistant. So you're not going to have an issue there. When you're moving back into the handle body, solid brass material construction here, and you've got these type of gaskets out of Viton inside around that cable. So they're far easier to service when the time comes to do that. You've got the standard locking system at the back, so that handle can be locked down so it doesn't accidentally get squeezed. And of course here, you can pop out your filter and easily replace it with a twist. Now, notice that on these threads, you don't see any sign of Teflon tape. You do not need Teflon tape anywhere in the service of this system. Put it back in the drawer. The seals will take care of it. and the fact that the tape itself will probably cause an issue down the road. Don't use it. You don't need it. Just go ahead and tighten everything down. You're good to go. So there you go in a nutshell. Kind of a guided tour of an opened up half-gallon sprayer from Airofog. You folks take care, have a wonderful day, and stay safe in the field.